Alright. Let's see. I'm trying to remove this shit. Yes. Add. Alright. I'm trying to get all this set up. Oh, I know. Right? No. It was set up before, but now it's just being a bitch. Media source. No. Damn it. Window capture. Okay. Add source. No. There we go. Done. Oh shit. There we go. Yummy. Ah, fuck it. That's good enough. Good Norfolk Corn Hub. Oh, so I can't. Damn it. Apparently I can't minimize it. I think I did. Alright, I just shared it to you. She's a presumptuous bitch. How dare she talk? How dare she say what I want? China. China rhymes with vagina. China rhymes with vagina. What up, James? Yeah, Florida is just Florida as far as I'm concerned nowadays. All right, time to crack a beer. Hey, James, audio sound pretty good? Do I need... Yeah, I'm going to drink my Zima. Do I need to turn the debate up? Do we need to adjust our microphones? Because this is a professional job going on right here. No, he knows what this is coming here. Now. Oh, I'm immune. Immunity wieners. Can you be immune to being a dick? You sure? Fuck off. Optimator's so good. I forget. I would vote for him for that, honestly. If he if that was his speech to fart in the fucking microphone, hell yeah. Allow me to retort. Talking out your ass. He can't count. You know, I bet he was in league with the person that invented what you call it. I know what I'm trying to say. Common Core math. Did he? Oh, I was about to say I smelled these earlier today. They smell good. No, I don't have sound muted for the video. Let me check my sources real quick. Hold on. Let's see. Can I say something?
Responded to this crisis has been absolutely tragic. And so, folks, I will take care of this. I will end.
A little bit. Hold on, everybody. We're trying to get this fixed. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm good at.
With other countries, in particular Europe.
Let me follow up with you, and because this is new information, you have said a vaccine is coming soon. For enough Americans to get vaccinated, and even then they say the country will be wearing masks and distancing into 2022. Is your timeline realistic?
No, I think my timeline is going to be more accurate. I don't know that they're counting on the military the way I do, but we have our generals lined up, one in particular that's the head of logistics, and this is a very easy distribution for him. He's ready to go as soon as we have the vaccine. And we expect to have 100 million vials. As soon as we have the vaccine, he's ready to go.
Vice President Biden, your reaction, and just 40% of Americans say they would definitely agree to take a coronavirus vaccine if it was approved by the government. What steps would you take to give Americans confidence in a vaccine if it were approved?
Make sure it's totally transparent.
The debate
have the scientists, the world see it, know it, look at it, go through all the processes. And by the way, this is the same fellow who told you this is going to end by Easter last time. This is the same fellow who told you that, don't worry, we're going to end this by the summer. We're about to go into a dark winter. Dark winter. And he has no clear plan, and there's no prospect that there's going to be a vaccine available for the majority of the American people before the middle of next year.
President Trump, your reaction, he says you have no plan.
We're going to have a dark winter at all. We're opening up our country. We've learned and studied and understand the disease, which we didn't at the beginning. When I closed and banned China from coming in heavily infected, and then ultimately Europe. But China was in January. Months later, he was saying I was xenophobic. I did it too soon. Now he's saying, oh, I should have, moved quicker. But he didn't move quicker. He was months behind me, many months behind me. And frankly, he ran the H1N1 swine flu, and it was a total disaster, far less lethal.
All right, Ken, you might have to get closer to you might have to get closer to your mic and maybe a little louder.
700,000 people would be dead right now, but it was a far less lethal disease. Look, his own person
ran
that for him, who, as you know, was his chief of staff, said it was catastrophic. It was horrible. We didn't know what we were doing. Now he comes up and
it's not my fault that it changes every time we open the damn computer.
About the way every single move he said we should make.
No.
That's what we've done. We've done all
I blame Obama. It's his fault.
Vice President Biden, your response.
My response is he is xenophobic, but not because he shut down access from China. And he did it late after 40 countries had already done that. In addition to that, what he did, he made sure that we had 44 people that were in there in China trying to get to Wuhan to determine what exactly the source was. What did the president say in January? He said, no, he said, he's being transparent.
Is that what it is?
The president of China is being transparent. We owe him a debt of gratitude. We have to thank him. And then what happened was we started talking about using the Defense Act to make sure we go out and get whatever is needed out there to protect people. And again, I go back to this. He had nothing.
Condoms. Condoms everywhere I see.
Then he gets out of the hospital and he talks about don't worry, it's all going to be over soon. Come on. There's not another serious scientist in the world who thinks it's going to be over soon.
President Trump, your reaction?
I say over soon. I say we're learning to live with it. We have no choice. We can't lock ourselves up in a basement like Joe does. He has the ability to lock himself up. I don't know. He's obviously made a lot of money someplace.
Oh,
but he has
damn
this
it, that was
thing
funny.
about living in a basement. People can't do that. By the way, I, as the president, couldn't do that. I'd love to put myself in the basement or in a beautiful room in the White House and go away for a year and a half until it disappears. I can't do that. And Kirsten, every meeting I had, and I'd meet a lot of families, including Gold Star families and
I'm trying to figure
families.
out the audio
Every
for separating Discord
I had to.
and
it would be horrible
the
to have
webpage.
canceled everything. I
For
said,
some reason, they're coming in on the
this
same
is
channel.
dangerous, and you catch it. And I caught it. I learned a lot. Great doctors, great
Stumpy
hospitals.
hasn't said anything in a little while. He's not very talkative.
99.9 of young people recover. 99% of people recover. We have to recover. We can't close up our nation. We have to open our school, and we can't close up our nation, or you're not going to have a nation.
And of course, the CDC has said young people can get sick with COVID-19 and can pass it. Vice President Biden, I want to talk broadly about strategy, though.
Can I respond to that?
30 seconds, please, and then I have a question.
No, number one, he says that we're learning to live with it. People are learning to die with it. You folks home will have an empty chair at the kitchen table this morning. That man or wife going to bed tonight and reaching over to try to touch their out of habit where their wife or husband was.
Just
gone.
trying to smell them real
learning
good.
To live with it. Come on. We're dying with it because he's never
You're
said...
not dying with it. You're dying
dangerous.
of old age, you
When's
fuck.
the last time? Is it really dangerous still? Are we dangerous? You tell the people it's dangerous now? What should they do about the danger? And you say,
stranger
I
danger,
take no
stranger danger.
Let me talk about your two.
Excuse me, I take full responsibility. It's not my fault that it came here. It's China's fault. And you know what? It's not Joe's fault that it came here either. It's China's fault. They kept it from going into the rest of China for the most part, but they didn't keep it from coming out to the world, including Europe and ourselves.
Vice President Biden.
The fact is that when we knew it was coming, when it hit, what happened? What did the president say? He said, don't worry. It's going to go away. Be gone by Easter. Don't worry. The warm weather.
James said, purge.
Purge. When he said that, but a lot of people thought
purge.
A whole range of things the president has said. Even today, he thinks we are in control. We're about to lose 200,000 more people.
President Trump.
Look, perhaps
Super
just to
colon
finish
blow.
this,
Yeah, it's not the best thing in the world.
I was kidding on that, but just to finish this, when I closed, he said I shouldn't have closed. And that went on for months. Nancy Pelosi said the same thing. She was dancing on the streets in Chinatown in San Francisco. But when I closed, he said, this is a terrible thing. You're xenophobic. I think he called me racist even. And because I was closing it to China. Now he says I should have closed it earlier. Joe, it doesn't work.
I didn't say either of those things.
You certainly did. You certainly did.
I talked about his xenophobia in a different context. It wasn't about closing the border to Chinese coming to the United States.
All right, I want to talk about both of your different strategies to handle.
He thought I shouldn't have closed the border. Well, that's obvious.
Do you want to respond to that quickly, Vice President Biden? Okay.
Well,
let's talk about your different strategies toward dealing with this. Mr. Vice President, you suggested you would support new shutdowns if scientists recommended it. What do you say to Americans who are fearful that the cost of shutdowns, the impact on the economy, the higher rates of hunger, depression, domestic and substance abuse outweighs the risk of exposure to the virus?
What I would say is I'm going to shut down the virus, not the country. It's his ineptitude that caused the country to have to shut down in large part. Why businesses have gone under, why schools are closed, why so many people have lost their living, and why they're concerned. Those other concerns are real. That's why he should have been, instead of in a sand trap in a golf course, he should have been negotiating with Nancy Pelosi and the rest of the Democrats and Republicans about what to do about the acts they were passing for billions of dollars.
Are they talking
about
sure Nancy's vagina?
Had the capacity.
But you haven't ruled out more shutdowns.
Is that the sand trap they're speaking of?
Today, but there are, look, they need standards. The standard is if you have a reproduction rate in a community that's above a certain level, everybody says, slow up. More social distancing.
Not like that. No, not like that.
Bars, and do not open gymnasiums. Do not open until you get this under control, under more control. But when you do open, give the people the capacity to be able to open and have the capacity to do it safely. For example, schools. Schools, they need a lot of money to open. They need to deal with ventilation systems. They need to deal with smaller classes, more teachers, more pods. And he's refused to support that money, or at least up to now.
Wait,
pod
people?
Schools. President Trump,
I think we have to respond if I might.
Please.
Okay, they started pod racing. I'm cool with that.
All he does is talk about shutdowns, but forget about him. His Democrat
yeah.
governors, Cuomo in New York. You look at what's going on in California. You look at Pennsylvania, North Carolina. Democrats all. They're shut down so tight, and they're dying. They're dying. And he supports all these people. All he talks about is shutdowns. No, we're not going to shut down, and we have to open our schools. And it's like, as an example, I have a young son. He also tested positive. By the time I spoke to the doctor the second time, he was fine. It just went away. Young people. I guess it's their immune system.
Let me follow up with you, President Trump. You've demanded schools open in person and insist they can do it safely. But just yesterday, Boston became the latest city to move its public school system entirely online after a coronavirus spike. What is your message to parents who worry that sending their children to school will endanger not only their kids, but also their teachers and families?
I want to open the schools. The transmittal rate to the teachers is very small, but I want to open the schools. We have to open our country. We're not going to have a country. You can't do this. We can't keep this country closed.
This
is a massive country with a massive economy. People are losing their jobs. They're committing suicide. There's depression, alcohol, drugs at a level that nobody's ever seen before. There's abuse, tremendous abuse. We have to open our country. You know, I've said it often, the cure cannot be worse than the problem itself. And that's what's happening.
No, but I found something
He'll close down the
might.
country if one person in our massive bureaucracy says we should close it down.
Vice President Biden, your response.
Simply not true. We ought to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. We ought to be able to safely open, but we may need resources to open. You need to be able to, for example, if you're going to open a business, have social distancing within the business. You need to have, if you have a restaurant, you need to have plexiglass dividers so people cannot infect one another. You need to be in a position where you can take testing rapidly and know whether a person is in fact infected. You need to be able to trace. You need to be able to provide all the resources that are needed to do this.
He said
and that is not inconsistent with saying that what we're going to make sure that we open safely. And by the way, all you teachers out there, not that many of you are going to die, so don't worry about it. So don't worry about it. Come on.
President Trump, let me follow up with you quickly.
By the way, I will say this. If you go and look at what's happened to New York, it's a ghost town. It's a ghost town. And when you talk about plexiglass, these are restaurants that are dying. These are businesses with no money. Putting up plexiglass is unbelievably expensive, and it's not the answer. I mean, you're going to sit there in a cubicle wrapped around with plastic.
I'm actually kind of happy, but at the same time, a little disappointed that this isn't been like more of a shit show than what it was before.
My wonderful city for so many years. I loved it. It was vibrant. It's
dying. Big time.
Everyone's
big time.
New York.
Take a look at what New York has done in terms of turning the curve down in terms of the number of people dying. And I don't look at this in terms of the way he does. Blue states and red states. They're all the United States. And look at the states that are having such a spike.
You've got something else wrong if it's curving down.
They're the states in the Midwest. They're the states in the upper Midwest.
That's
where the spike is occurring significantly. But they're all Americans. They're all Americans. And what we have to do is say, wear these masks, number one. Make sure we get the help that the businesses need that has money's already been passed to do that. It's been out there since the beginning of the summer, and nothing's happened.
President, New York has lost more than 40,000 people, 11,000 people in nursing homes.
President Trump, what
about... When you say spike, take a look at what's happening in Pennsylvania, where they've had it closed. Take a look at what's happening with your friend in Michigan, where her husband's the only one allowed to do anything. It's been like a prison. Now it was just ruled unconstitutional. Take a look at North Carolina. They're having spikes, and they've been closed, and they're getting killed financially. We can't let that happen, Joe. You can't let that happen. We have to open up. And we understand the disease. We have to protect our seniors. We have to protect our elderly.
Why
the
seniors and elders? They're going on the ground soon anyway.
Diabetes problems. And
that's harsh.
We have the best testing in the world by far. That's why we have so many cases.
Let me follow up with you before we move on to our next section. President Trump, this week you called Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's best-known infectious disease expert, quote, a disaster. You described him and other medical experts as, quote, idiots. If you're not listening to them, who are you listening to?
I'm listening to all of them, including Anthony. I get along very well with Anthony, but he did say, don't wear masks. He did say, as you know, this is not going to be a problem. I think he's a Democrat, but that's okay. He said this is not going to be a problem.
All right, say something, Cam.
We are not going to have a problem at all.
What?
Joe says that.
There we go.
I said,
all good now?
Fixed it. I fixed it. I fucking fixed it.
You did something constructive with your life. Congratulations.
Finally,
we've learned a lot. But
say
Anthony
something
said,
else?
don't wear masks. Now he wants to wear masks. Anthony also said,
again,
if you look back, exact words. Here's his exact words. This is no problem. This is going to go away soon.
I am
so he's allowed to make mistakes. He happens to be a good person.
Vice President Biden, your response quickly, and then we're going to move on
if you're still there, James, how does that sound? Is that a lot better? That should be a lot fucking better.
Tell the American
people. Is that better?
I was told this was a serious virus that spread in the air.
There's
and
an echo?
Much worse than the flu. He went
me or
on
you?
record and
oh,
said
yes, it's fixed. Yay!
One of your colleagues
I did a thing.
Recorded that in fact he knew how dangerous it was, but he didn't want to tell us.
Fantastic. I haven't even been paying attention this whole fucking time because I've been too busy fixing with the fucking audio.
Either. I'm like trying to pull off a task that requires concentration at the moment.
That in fact his
if you're
no,
late,
I'm not tubing it.
Okay. About to say we already have enough of Dickgate going on in the media, right?
No, we're not. No, it's not that.
Not Dickgate.
It's a dangerous.
I'm going to give you 30 seconds.
I was trying to whiz in an empty beer can just to see if I could.
You're the one that takes all the money from Wall Street. I don't take it. You have raised a lot of money.
While we're doing this, like really?
And every time you raise money, deals are made, Joe.
Did you get it everywhere?
I could raise so much more money.
Oh, I didn't.
As president,
I'm actually pretty damn proud of myself.
People, I could call the heads of Wall Street, the heads of.
Let me save this for you. I can put it in the fridge.
I would blow away every record, but I don't want to do that because it puts me in a bad position.
All right, I lowered it. Let me know if I need to lower it anymore.
Be bringing up Wall Street because you're the one that takes the money from Wall Street, not me. I could blow away.
You didn't answer my question. Do you want it?
Like you would believe. We don't need money. We have plenty of money.
No.
Sure.
No, I'm sure.
It's a good one.
No, keep your piss to yourself.
Average contribution $43.
All right, we're going to move on to the section, which is national
spent
security.
$43 for a
and
burger.
I do want to start with the security of our elections and some breaking news from overnight. Just last night, top
be a good
intelligence
fucking
officials
hamburger.
confirmed again that both Russia and Iran are working to influence this election. Both countries have obtained U.S. voter registration information, these officials say, and Iran sent intimidating messages to Florida voters. This question goes to you, Mr. Vice President. What would you do to put an end to this threat? You have 2 minutes uninterrupted.
I made it clear, and I ask everyone else to take the pledge.
That I like to smell hair.
Any country, no matter who it is, that interferes
we know
with
that.
elections will pay a price. They will pay.
No, though
no, they won't. They haven't paid a price yet. What kind of price are they going to pay? Higher taxes on booty calls?
Man, I hope not. That's already.
Yeah, that's already expensive. It's already getting raped up the ass half the time.
No, not the only one getting fucked.
They will pay the price and make sure my son has a job.
Who's he talking about? Ukraine?
Yeah. The way he said Putin. Did you see? Did you hear he said Putin?
He hadn't said a word to Putin about it. And I don't know what he has recently said, if anything, to the Iranians. My guess is he'd probably be more outspoken with regard to the Iranians.
You know what happens when Vladimir has beans, don't you?
James says you're going to smell that tax rate.
His own national security advisor told him that what is
the 30% sniff.
Well, I won't.
No.
I will.
If you sniff Joe, it's a 40% tax rate. If you sniff a woman, it's about an 80% tax rate.
That is not true. And then what happens? Nothing happens. And then you find out that
I think, though, like, since one of the symptoms of COVID is losing your sense of smell, you think he's just, like, going around checking to make sure he doesn't have it?
Is that what he's doing?
I think that's why he's been sniffing everybody. He's just trying to be cautious, you know? He just wants to make sure he's still got that sense of smell.
Yeah, just stand still. Let me smell you. I want to make sure I don't have COVID.
Yeah, that's how he's passing it off. He's like, don't freak out. Don't freak out. I'm not being creepy. I just want to make sure I don't have COVID.
Don't freak out.
You use Head and Shoulders, don't you?
Any country that interferes with us will, in fact, pay a price because they're affecting our
I smell Pantene on this one.
President Trump, same question to you. Let me ask the question. You're going to have 2 minutes to respond. For 2 elections in a row now, there has been substantial interference from foreign adversaries. What would you do in your next term?
Well, no shit. They probably do it for fun at this point.
Fuck, I would. Damn it. We've done worse for less reasons.
I'm sure.
Because he was very friendly with the former mayor of Moscow, and it was the mayor of Moscow's wife, and you got $3.5 million.
He was the mayor of Moscow's wife?
$3.5 million, and
you know Moscow even had a mayor.
Why did you get 3.5? I never got any money from Russia. I don't get money from Russia.
I don't get it.
About your thing last night, I knew all
He's
about
talking
that,
about.
and
He's talking shit on him
John,
for all the
John
fucking
Ratcliffe
money
was
scandal and
fantastic.
shit.
He said,
Okay.
the one thing that's
It's not even veiled at all. It's just a straight up jab.
Because there has been nobody tougher to Russia.
That was pretty significant jab right there.
Yeah, it was pretty on the nose.
Between all of what I've done with NATO, you know, I've got the NATO countries to put up an extra $130 billion, going to $420 billion a year. That's to guard against Russia. I sold.
Bet that smelled like Astroglide and cigarettes.
I sold tank
Shame. Don't forget shame.
Oh, shame. Yeah, heavily tainted with shame.
Yeah.
On Russia than Donald
He doesn't have
Trump.
shame.
And
You know
I'll
my
tell you, they
name.
were so bad. They took over the
Shame,
submarine
shame.
port.
I know
You
your
remember
name.
that very well. During your
Freaking
term,
Goonies,
during
man.
you
That's a
and
great
Barack
movie.
Obama,
Love the Goonies.
They took over a big part of what should have been Ukraine. You handed it to them.
Hi,
But
hi,
they were getting
hi,
a lot of
hi,
money
hi,
from Russia.
hi.
They were paying you
We got a bunch
lot
of highs in
money.
the
They
chat. Hi,
probably
hi,
still are.
hi,
But
hi,
now, with
hi.
what came out today, it's even worse.
Hi.
All of the emails,
Jessica's
the
not
emails,
in there
the
talking
horrible
crap.
emails of the kind of money that you
No,
were
she's
raking in,
actually
you and your
watching the
family.
debate because she wants
And Joe,
to
you were
learn
vice
something.
president when some of this
Oh.
If she gets
and it
bored,
should have never happened. And
she'll
I think
jump
you
in.
owe an explanation to the
I'm
American
sure.
people.
Madame
Why is
Producer.
it? Somebody just had a news conference a little while ago who was essentially supposed to work with you and your family. But what
But
he
you
said
smelled
was
her too
damning.
much.
And regardless of me, I think you have to clean it up and talk to
I
the
ain't
American
coming
people.
home
Maybe you can do
at
it right
5 in the
now.
morning. Let me take a sniff.
Let me smell your dick.
I said let me take a sniff. All right, that's the family-friendly version here. This is a damn family show.
No, it's not. This show's never been a family show. It's never gonna be a family show. How dare you?
It can be.
In China.
How dare you start trying to put us on a higher shelf than what
We
we
can't have
deserve?
nice
A
things.
single penny from any
You
country.
can't have nice things 'cause you.
Number one.
Exactly.
Number two.
You suck.
This is a president.
Hey, he's at
I've
number 2.
released all of my tax returns. 22 years. Go look it up.
Childish.
22
He said
years
number
of
2.
tax.
Dirty.
You have not released a
Man's
single
poop.
solitary year of your tax return. What are you hiding? Why are you unwilling? The foreign countries are paying you a lot. Russia's paying you a lot. China's paying you a lot. And your hotels and all your businesses all around the country, all around the world. And China's building a new road to a new a golf course you have overseas. So what's
They got
going
the
on
golf
here?
course
Why don't
overseas.
release your
Jesus
tax
Christ, they're
returns?
building
Stop
a road
talking
to
about
it?
corruption.
President Trump, your response.
First of all, I called my accountants under audit. I'm going to release them as soon as we can. I want to do it, and it'll show how successful, how great this company is. But much
Joe
more
looks like he's about to
importantly
cry
than
right
that,
now.
People were saying
Look.
$750.
Probably cut a fart and it
I
just hit
asked
him.
them a week
It burned
ago,
his
I
eyes.
said,
Oh.
What did I pay?
Yeah, it's
They
one of them
said, "Sir,
ones
you
that just like, oh.
prepaid tens of millions of dollars. I
Did you
prepaid
see
my
the
tax
South Park
tens
episode with
over
the old
last
people
number of
doing
years.
like those little
Tens of
doll
millions of
figurines in and
dollars
out of
I
the old folks'
prepaid.
home?
Because at some point they think it's an estimate.
The reason why I asked is because there's this one old lady walking around just constantly, cheeks aflap.
Excuse me.
Like she's farting everywhere she goes.
Yeah, she can't hold it in.
Sure.
And
but let me just tell you,
man, that was funny.
I prepaid millions and millions of dollars
Just
in
saying,
taxes.
that was funny.
Number one. Number two, I don't make money from China. You do. I don't make money from Ukraine. You do. I don't make money from Russia. You made $3.5 million, Joe, and you said
Joe.
They even have a statement that
you made $3.5 million
to the big man. You're the big man, I think. I don't know. Maybe you're not, but you're the big man, I think. Your son said we have to give 10% to the big man. Joe,
right now he's going, you motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, he's like, you son of a bitch.
Wants to say it.
Very quickly, you just said you spoke to your accountant about potentially releasing your taxes. Did he tell you when you can release them? Do you have a deadline for when you're going to release them?
I get treated worse than the Tea Party got treated. Because I have a lot of people in there, deep down in the IRS, they treat me horribly. We made a deal, it was all settled until I decide to run for president. I get treated very badly by the IRS, very unfairly. But we had a deal all done. As soon as we're completed with the deal, I want to release it. But I have paid millions and millions of dollars, and it's worse than
release.
I paid in advance. It's called prepaying your taxes. I paid in advance.
I want to ask you both about questions regarding your potential foreign entanglements and
It
questions.
is so much more tame, though.
I know. What was that old fucker's name that did it last time? What was his name?
He's been saying this for
Wallace.
4 years.
Bollocks?
Wallace. Bollick. Chris Bollick.
Chris Bollick. See, that sounds like the proper name.
That's what he was acting like, a real Bollick.
Oh, no, he was a complete ass, but man, it had a lot
I'd love
more.
to give you a discount, but my pimp's a real Bollick, you know.
Because I'm smart. I know how to game the system. Come on, folks.
So,
Prepaid taxes. I'd like a prepaid taxes card, please. And I'm not going to pay.
A phony witch hunt for 3 years. It started before I even got elected.
I once wore a witch hat on my dong.
No president.
It's true. I was there for it. He really did.
Say this. Mueller.
True story.
True. Very unfortunately, a true fucking story.
Spent $48 million. They went through everything I had, including my tax returns.
You're flattering.
They found absolutely no collusion and nothing wrong.
I wouldn't call it that.
If I spent $1 million on you, Joe, I could find plenty wrong. Because the kind of things that you've done and the kind of monies that your family has taken. I mean, your brother made money in Iraq, millions of dollars. Your other brother
no, he
made a fortune.
didn't. You see that closing his eyes?
And they say you didn't. And you do live very well. You have houses all over the place. You live very well.
All right, gentlemen, let me just ask some questions about all of this broadly. Vice President Biden, there have been questions
He
about
just
the work
remembered
your
that
son
joke
has
he
done
heard
in
last
China
night about
and
the
for a Ukrainian energy
wool
company
sock
when you
in
were
the
vice
mouse.
president. In retrospect, was anything about those relationships inappropriate or unethical?
Nothing was unethical. Here's what the deal.
Yeah, like he's gonna say the truth. Is anybody that does anything unethical gonna say, "Yep, that was unethical"?
I don't know. Let's see.
He was on the board. I later learned of a Burisma, a company, that somehow I had done something wrong. Yet every single solitary person, when he was going through his impeachment, testifying under oath who worked for him, said, I did my job impeccably. I carried out U.S. policy. Not one single solitary thing was out of line. Not a single thing. Number one. Number two, the guy who got
he was able to get to number two.
Guy trying to bribe the Ukrainian government
Sometimes
to
you
say
get
something
constipated,
negative
man.
about me.
Well, I'm just
which
saying,
they
like,
would
he was
not
able to
do
count
and
from
did
one
not do, because
and
it
then go to
never,
two.
ever,
I'm actually
ever happened.
impressed.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about, China. I have not had it. The only guy who made money from China is this guy. He's the only one. Nobody else has made money from China.
James says he did not say it was not inappropriate, though.
Yeah, he said it wasn't unethical, just it was inappropriate, just not unethical.
Right.
He's splitting hairs there.
And he didn't have a job. As soon as he became vice president,
He was wrong, but not that.
Yeah. Feel that, buddy?
Listen to this.
Survive the demon.
$3 million upfront
Have
payment.
clear.
And he had no
I just played that audio clip.
No basis for that. Everybody investigated that. No one said anything he did was wrong in Ukraine.
Okay, President Trump, this is for
no
you.
one, yeah, he just said no one in Ukraine said that was wrong.
From your business, you've personally promoted your properties abroad. A report this week, which was referenced, does indicate that your company has a bank
So what would he
account in
consider
China.
inappropriate
So
or appropriate? I mean, is sniffing appropriate?
I have many bank accounts, and they're all listed, and they're all over the place.
I guess it all depends on who you sniff.
Doing business.
James says, I did not smell that woman. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of going back into the Bill Clinton era. I did not have sex with that woman.
Did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
But
I
now,
am wearing her underwear.
But now, you know, James, you are giving him a little bit too much credit when it comes to smelling women, because most of them they look like they're underage. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying they look like it. So I do not smell that child.
You think if someone drew him as a superhero, he'd be called Captain Whiffy? Would have like a sense of smell that's like superhuman.
So basically, he'd be a dog.
Nostrils twice as wide as the average human.
Nostrils that can leap building in single blow.
China. Let's talk about China more broadly. There have, of course, President Trump has said that they should pay for not
That's why
being
Roger
fully
Predactor's dead. He found Captain
regards to the
Whiffy.
coronavirus. If you were president, would you make China pay? And please be specific. What would that look like?
What I'd make China do is play by the international rules.
Superpower to have those. I mean, really, the only thing you could do is tell what everybody had for lunch.
Not down. With China.
Can you though? I mean, because when everything comes out smelling like shit, can you really tell what you ate?
China, you have to give all your intellectual
corn.
property.
Yeah.
Corn, that's okay. That's the only thing you can figure out what you ate.
Corn. Number one. Number two.
Corn is not to be trusted.
China.
Comes out looking the same as it went in. Yeah. Two things I don't trust: corn and China. The ban corn is fine,
but setting up air identification zones.
Yeah, about the vegetable.
In the South China Sea, you can't fly through them. I said we're going to fly through them. We just flew
China.
B-1 bombers through it. We're not going to pay attention. They have to play.
No, I wonder what he had against that wrestler.
He embraces guys
I don't know.
like
She was actually pretty good back in the day.
Like in North Korea,
China,
and the Chinese president and Putin and others, and he pokes his finger.
Go ahead, just go ahead. He said Chinese president. Why don't you just say it? Winnie the fucking Pooh.
His name's
Winnie the Pooh. It's Winnie the Pooh.
His name's Wang anyway. Why didn't you want to say that? That's funny.
Is his name really Wang? I always call him Winnie the Pooh.
Wang Jinping.
Economically, that's the way I will run it, and that's what
something like that.
Wang will pee. Wang will pee.
Yeah. Wang will pee. The Chinese president Wang will pee.
From China to after spending 10 minutes in office and being in Air Force 2. Number one. Number two, there's a very strong email talking about your family wanting to make $10 million a year.
Email is strong in this
President
way.
Trump, on China policy, though, what specifically are you going to do? What specifically are you going to do to make China pay? You've said you're going to make them pay.
China is paying. They're paying billions and billions of dollars. I just gave $28 billion.
New sanctions?
I just gave $28 billion to our farmers.
Taxpayers' money.
It's what?
Taxpayers' money. Didn't come from China.
You know the taxpayer is, it's called China. China paid $28 billion, and you know what they did to pay it, Joe? They devalued their currency, and they also paid up. And you know who got the money? Our farmers.
How is he able to string more than one sentence together nowadays? Both of them, actually.
Probably methamphetamine.
You think it's meth or crack?
I don't know.
Or cocaine?
I don't know, man.
Ooh,
I think
PCP.
I don't think that would help you string a coherent sentence together, man. That would just make you see shit and go nuts.
That'd be more interesting than this shit, though.
It's true.
There's a reason for it. I want to talk about the substance.
You got what's the zombie shit? Flacca? It's the one that made the guy eat the homeless dude.
Your family's hurting badly. If you're making less than
Kush?
if you're a middle class family,
Flacca.
you're getting hurt badly right now. You're sitting
Peyote?
at the table this morning.
I think it's like bath salts.
Ah, that shit. Yeah.
That's what made the dude in Florida eat the homeless guy's face.
You know, I know last time that we live streamed the debate, we touched on the subject subject with having the presidential debate as gladiators. But
yeah,
there's another. Well, here's another idea. You give them, give each one of them PCP, and whoever comes out alive is the winner.
Thank God,
dude, that would be way more insane. It's like the Purge meets, something drug related.
Okay. That's why I got elected. Let's get off the subject of China. Let's talk around, sitting around the table.
All right.
Come on, Jim,
we're going to talk about North Korea now. President Trump, you've met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un 3 times. You've talked about your beautiful letters with him. You've touted the fact that there hasn't been a war
where he wrote little hearts around your name. And
you think they did? That's some weird shit. Like if I was the head of state in like Korea, I would do that just to fuck with.
Well, yeah, he just said the beautiful letters between the beautiful letters between you two.
Yeah, just because he ended it with a smiley face doesn't mean he likes you.
Nah, they probably circled it with little hearts and was just like, hey, yeah, what you wear?
Dotting all the I's with hearts.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit in Korean, though. Like, you can't make heads or tails of that.
Like their second language is English.
In the meantime, I have a very good relationship.
Because their first one sucks.
Different kind of a guy, but he probably thinks the same thing about
Oh
me.
shit, it is.
We have a different kind
They
of
needed something that
relationship.
made sense.
We have a very good relationship, and there's no war. And you know,
seen
about 2 months ago,
Yeah, it's better than Russia.
A certain area, they said,
Yeah, that's true. Like, you almost recognize things in Russia, but they never mean the same.
Backwards for blah, blah, blah. Strong email. Probably a strong smelling email. Smelling of the odor of taint.
North Korea conducted 4 nuclear tests under the Obama administration. Why do you think you would be able
that was
to
a heart. I thought that was a crab emoji in chat. I was about to laugh.
Oh, wait, do we have a crab emoji?
Yes, that exists. Are you kidding me?
James, do a crab emoji.
Why are you moving more forces here? Why are you
I want to see a crab emoji.
I want to see crabs in the chat.
Yeah, everyone in the chat, throw up some crabs.
Everyone in the chat, let's show us your crabs.
Hey, I see 4 of you in there. You better throw up some crabs.
And so if you want to do something about it, step up and help. If not, it's going to continue. What has he done? He's legitimized North Korea. He's talked about his good buddy who's a thug, and he talks about how
I got one for you here. Make sure you wash your hands.
Much more capable missiles.
Clean your hands. Splooge jar. Splooge jar.
Let me follow up with you, Vice President Biden. You've said
he did a crab! Yay!
Conditions. Are there any conditions under which you would meet with him?
Okay, if we ever get partnered, that's like one of our emoji, crabs, and we're gonna call it the chat crabs.
To get the Korean Peninsula should be nuclear free zone.
I think I lost Stumpy.
To American families.
Oh, there you are. I was thinking there. I thought I lost you.
He didn't like Obama. He didn't like him. He wouldn't do it.
You there?
Okay, I gotta give him a chance.
Yeah. You hear me?
Oh, there. Stumper Jumper. Yeah. Is that your fucking name?
Have a good relationship.
What kind of dickhead would go by a name like that but me?
True. That's fucking awesome. Stumper Jumper.
Europe. The rest of Europe. Come on. The reason
it works. So I used to be a paratrooper one time, and I used to have 2 legs.
We're going to talk about denuclearization.
Oh, damn, that's great.
We're going to continue to put stronger and stronger sanctions on you.
All right.
That's why you want to meet with us.
Yeah, was that what you were working on just now?
Yes, that's why I got quiet. I was trying to set that up so fast.
Oh, damn it. Chat crabs.
Yeah. And I saw that. I was like, wait, he's going to laugh. I got to do this right now. That's why I got quiet, though. I set that all up.
Yeah, so if we ever get our name approved.
Glad I got that endorsement there.
Yeah, see, we need to become partners so we can make our own emojis. And we're going to have one chat crabs.
Chat
crabs.
Hashtag
chat crabs.
Wait,
what?
There you go.
14 million Americans get their health insurance through the Affordable Care Act.
Asbestos is itchy.
To the Supreme Court, and
so are crabs.
And
so are these crabs.
For the court to overturn it. If the Supreme Court does overturn that law, those 20 million Americans could lose their health insurance almost overnight. So what would you do if those people have their health insurance?
I don't have crabs. I can't put crabs in the chat.
Something that nobody
you suck, man.
I do.
the legislature, I terminated the individual mandate. That is the worst part of Obamacare, as we call it. The individual mandate where you have to pay a fortune for the privilege of not having to pay for bad health insurance.
I gotta say that health insurance was bullshit. I mean,
is no good. But then I made a
the Obamacare,
because
you had it.
My people, great
no,
people,
but at one point we were trying to get
made everybody very unhappy.
My wife approved and the kids so they could have something because one,
it's no good.
I couldn't afford the health care for everybody.
Oh shit, man! You got. I mean,
but then I made too much for that. And then if she didn't have insurance, at the end of the year, you got penalized for not having insurance, but yet you can't get approved for insurance, even the Obamacare. It was a fucking racket. That's all it was. It was a fucking racket.
Will always protect people with pre-existing. So I'd like to terminate Obamacare, come up with a brand new, beautiful health care. The Democrats will do it because there'll be tremendous pressure on them, and we might even have the House by that time, and I think we're going to win the House, okay? You'll see, but I think we're going to win the House. But come up with a better health care, always protecting people with pre-existing conditions. And one thing very important, we have 180 million people out there that have great private health care, far more than we're talking about with Obamacare. Joe Biden is
found the crabs. I found the crabs.
The people that love their health care. People that have been successful, middle income people.
Yay!
Successful.
Let's see if you can figure this one out.
180 million plans, 180 million people, families.
Well, hopefully there's a emoji for what I'm trying to do. Hold on.
Dick and balls.
Won't even have a choice.
There's not. I would be using that extensively if there were.
And we're going to do even better.
We're gonna have to make a T-shirt.
Yes,
Hashtag
your
check
healthcare
crabs.
plan calls for building on Obamacare. So my question is, what is your plan if the law is ruled unconstitutional by the Supreme Court? You have 2 minutes uninterrupted.
What I'm going to do is
what is it?
Obamacare with a public option. Will become
Cupcake.
The public option
you got it.
that says that if you in fact do not have the wherewithal to be
James got it too. Cupcake.
You do not have the wherewithal to get Medicaid, you automatically are enrolled, providing competition for insurance companies. That's what's going to happen. Secondly,
it's like we're not even paying attention to debate anymore. We're just fucking around mostly.
And now we're fucking off in our own chat.
Doesn't exist now by allowing
Hashtag check crabs
to negotiate drug prices with the insurance companies.
He's really slowed down his speaking. It's in English. I think they need to reboot him.
For the nomination was I support private
insurance.
That's why I did not one single person with private
Error
insurance
404.
would lose their
Joe Biden not
insurance under
found.
my plan. Nor did they under Obamacare? They did not lose their insurance unless they chose they wanted to go to something else. Lastly, we're going to make sure we're in a situation that we actually protect pre-existing. There's no way he can protect pre-existing conditions. None. Zero. You can't do it in the ether. He's been talking about this for a long time.
Are we in space now?
What's ether anymore? That's like such an old thing to do.
At the same time we get the infrastructure plan.
Isn't that what they use to like knock people out? You put it on a rag and put it over his face?
A few more minutes. I know you're getting anxious.
The
fact is that he's already caused terrible handling of the COVID virus and the economic spillover. 10 million people have lost their private insurance. And he wants to take away 22 million more people who have it under Obamacare, and over 110 million people with pre-existing conditions, and all the people from COVID are going to have pre-existing conditions. What are they going to do?
I have a follow-up for you, Vice President Biden. It relates to
why is having
President
COVID
Trump
a pre-existing
said.
condition?
You of wanting socialized
Isn't it just like a bad flu or cold? I mean, I had it. I know, that's what I'm saying. How is that now considered a pre-existing condition when it's a virus?
It's ridiculous.
It'd be different if it was like with what I've got, IBS. That's a pre-existing condition that's treated but not curable. You can't get rid of it. It's always there.
I have another highly inappropriate emoji story for you.
I like inappropriate emojis. Let's go. Let's wait. What you got?
To have affordable health care. And I am very proud of my plan.
Fuck, butt, wet, fire, scream.
As well as a whole range of
you had sex and died of gonorrhea.
Medical field. This is something that's going to save people's lives, and this is going to give some people an opportunity to have health care for their children. How many of you home are worried and rolling around in bed tonight? What in God's
That's how
name
you tell the story, through pictures like hieroglyphics.
home insurance, your health insurance, your company's gone under.
Die of gonorrhea. Okay, that's funny. You should have did like a little skull for that, for death.
Oh, I did the cross die. If you look, that emoji's dead.
Okay, I see it now.
See
Okay.
it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Fuck.
Had a good time, caught gonorrhea, and died.
He didn't do anything. He didn't do it. He wants socialized
Let's
medicine.
see.
And it's not that he wants it. His
now
vice
you're getting me on
president.
this shit.
I mean, he is more liberal than Bernie Sanders and wants it even more. Bernie Sanders wants it. The Democrats want it. You're going to have socialized medicine, just like you went with fracking.
What is that? Is that like a peach or some shit?
We're going to stop fracking.
It's a peach, yeah, but it kind of looks like a butt.
After he gets a nomination, where he got very lucky to get it.
I believe that was used universally for, the hoo-ha.
The hoo-ha?
By the way, so far, I
Hoo-ha.
respect
There
very
you
much
go.
the way you're handling this. I have to say.
By the way,
Somebody should ask the
What's
question.
that?
Fucking alien protein. That's funny. This is degenerating rapidly.
Deserve to have affordable health care. Period.
Oh,
And
fuck,
the Biden
this is
care
taking a
proposal
turn.
will, in fact,
Oh, I
provide
knew this was
affordable
gonna
health care,
happen.
lower
Damn it,
premiums.
now I
What
gotta
we're gonna
come
do is
up
gonna
with
cost
one.
some money.
Oh.
It's going to cost over $750 billion over 10 years to do it. And they're
Hey
gonna
James,
have
if you
lower
want, you
premiums,
can
buy
promote
into
your
the better
Jungle
plans,
Chili
the
channel
cheaper
here.
plans,
We
lower
Rant and Stumpy
premiums,
subscribe to
deal
you.
with unexpected billing and have your drug prices drop significantly. He keeps
Chili-
talking about it. He hasn't
chili
done
chet-
a thing for
chili
anybody
chet
in
crabs.
healthcare. Not a thing.
There you go.
He's talking about socialized medicine.
I still think
And
mine,
when he-
mine.
and
I think
healthcare.
I still think
When he
mine so
talks
far
about
is
a
like the
public
best.
option, he's talking about destroying your Medicare. Totally destroyed, and destroying your Social Security, and this whole country will come
All right,
down.
I'm going to
You
be
know, Bernie
impressed if you
Sanders
get
tried
this
it.
one, but
All right.
I'll give you a hint.
Tried it in his state.
Say
His
that there was a
governor was
cartoon
very
named
liberal
after
governor.
this.
They want to
Okay.
make it work.
Okay.
Or named
Let's
similar
hear-
to
let's
this.
let Vice
Here you go.
President
Want to
Biden
work.
respond.
It doesn't
Vice
work.
President
He's a
Biden,
very
your
confused
response.
guy. He thinks he's running against somebody else. He's running against Joe
Snowflake
Biden.
banana?
I beat all those other people because
Really?
I
Come on, man.
disagreed with them.
What
Joe
is it?
Biden
Looks like a
he's running
snowflake.
against. And the idea
Snow
that we're in
banana.
a situation that
Well,
we're
hand
gonna restore
banana.
Medicare, this is the
Oh,
guy
I would've
that
put a hand.
Treasury Medicare said, if in
fuck.
fact, Social Security, if in fact
Hey,
he
chat,
continues
y'all
to
know what this is?
withhold his plan to withhold the tax on Social Security, Social Security
Cold
will be
banana,
bankrupt
frozen banana,
by
frozen dick.
2023,
Oh,
with no
getting along the
way to
lines
make up
there.
for it.
Frozen dick,
This is the
cold
guy
dick.
who's tried to cut
Out
Medicare.
cold.
So I don't.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
the
a funny
idea
ass
that
movie,
Donald
though.
Trump is lecturing me on Social Security. and
Fuck, I give up.
Medicare?
I don't know.
Come on.
Chili Willy.
He tried to get. He tried to hurt Social Security years ago. Go back and look at the
Blue
records.
girl.
Social Security years
Oh,
ago.
that's Chili Willy.
Silly Willy.
That when they
Mr.
announced
President, I have to move on to the next question.
Cold.
or else-
Chili Willy.
if he's elected, the stock market will crash.
Okay, let's
Biggest
move on to the
finalists
next
saying that.
question
No matter-
very quickly.
Look, the idea that the stock market is booming is his only measure of what's happening. Where I come from in Scranton and Claymont, the people don't live off of the stock market. Just in the last
This is like an
3 years
inappropriate
during
like
this
version
crisis,
of freaking
the billionaires in this country made,
Wheel of
according
Fortune.
to the Wall Street,
Coming up with these different
$700
puzzles
billion
and shit
more
that are
dollars.
just all
$700
inappropriate.
billion more dollars, because that's his only measure. What happens to the ordinary people out there? What happens to them?
Oh, okay. It's your turn, but I got a good one after this.
401ks are through the roof.
We're gonna
People
move on.
stock are through the roof.
All
And
right.
he doesn't come from Scranton. That's like one of the, he lived there for a short period of
gonna-
time before
okay,
he even knew
we're
it.
gonna move on to
and
the
he
next
left.
question.
And the people of Pennsylvania
Let me
will
move
show
on
you
to my
that.
next question,
They
gentlemen.
understand.
As of tonight, more than 12 million people are out of work, and as of tonight, 8 million more
I can't
Americans
think of
have
it. Go
fallen
ahead.
into poverty, and
I have
more
a good one?
families are going hungry
Nah, I don't have a
every
good one.
day. Those hit hardest are women and people
I'm gonna
of
take
color.
another shot then.
They see Washington fighting over a relief bill. Mr. President, why haven't you been able to get them the help they need? 30 seconds here.
Because Nancy Pelosi doesn't want to approve it. I do.
Oh,
You're the president.
smelly
This one's
pussy.
pretty on the
Because we'll
nose.
have to
There
get-
you go.
Unfortunately, I think we're gonna
You
skip
got
over
it.
the House because of her. Nancy
Taco
Pelosi
smells
doesn't
of
want to approve
fish.
anything because she'd love to
Smelly
have
fish
victories
taco.
on a date called November
You got
3rd.
it.
Nancy Pelosi does not want to.
I was gonna do something with like a guy in like a wheelchair and a shoe, but it kind of fell apart.
And it's including the Democrats, in all fairness. This one she doesn't want. It's near the election because she thinks it helps her politically. I think it hurts her politically.
All right, Mr. Vice President.
I found the Joe Biden emoji.
In the United States Senate said he can't pass it. He does not have Republican votes. Why isn't he talking to his Republican friends?
Let me follow up with you, Vice President.
We made it deal,
because let me ask Vice President Biden a
got
question.
one.
You are the leader of the Democratic Party. Why have you not pushed the Democrats to get a deal for the American people?
Well, I have, and they have pushed it. Look, they passed this act all the way back in the beginning of the summer. This is like it's not new. It's been out there. This HEROES Act has been sitting there. And look at what's happening. When I was in charge of the Recovery Act with $800 billion, I was able to get $145 billion to local communities that have to balance their budgets and states that have to balance their budgets, so then have to fire
that's a foot in the nose.
Teachers, first responders.
Oh, hey, James got one. Let's see. Okay. Smelling good pussy.
And Mitch McConnell said,
the one I sent.
Come on. What's the matter with
The bill
these
that was
guys?
passed in the House was a bailout of badly run, high crime,
I got a good
Democrat, all run by Democrats, cities and states. It was a way of getting.
All right, everyone in chat can participate. This is a lot of fun. If you have anything like this, drop it in chat and let's all guess what it is.
To people that come into our country illegally. We were going to take care of everything for them. And what that does, and I'd love to do that, I'd love to help them, but what that does, everybody all over the world will start pouring into our country. We can't do it. This was a way of taking care of them. This was a way of spending on things that had nothing to do with COVID, as per your question. But it was really a big bailout for badly run Democrat cities and states.
All right,
I'm running as a proud Democrat, but I'm going to be an American president. I don't see red states and blue states. What I see is American, United States. And folks, every single state out there finds themselves in trouble. They're going to start laying off, whether they're red or blue, cops, firefighters, first responders, because teachers, because they have to balance their budget. And the founders were smart. They allowed the federal government to deficit spend to compensate for the United States of America.
I want to talk about the minimum wage, gentlemen. Mr. Vice President, we are talking a lot about struggling small businesses and business owners these days. Do you think this is the right time to ask them to raise the minimum wage? You, of course, support a $15 federal minimum wage.
I do, because I think one of the things we're going to have to do is we're going to have to bail them out, too. We should be bailing them out now.
Okay, this is as good as I can do for this one.
1 in 6
Can't find the right
They're not going to be able to make it
but
back. They passed
see
a
if you can guess this.
package that allows us to be able to call
Windbag.
PPP. Money is supposed to go to.
You know,
help them
that's
do
a good
everything
guess.
from
I got to give you
organize
partial
how
credit,
they
but
can
not quite.
deal with their businesses
No,
being
okay.
open safely. Schools, how they can make classrooms smaller, how they can hire more teachers, how
That's
they
a
can
good
put
guess,
ventilation
though.
systems
A really
in.
good guess.
They need the help. The businesses as well as the schools need the help. But this
It helped
these
if I
guys
said
will
I
not
couldn't
help
find a
them.
guy going
It's
to
not
work.
giving them any of the money.
We are going to move on to immigration.
I'm thinking.
but I
He
wanna
said
get
we
your
have to help our
reaction.
small businesses by raising the minimum wage. That's not helping. I think it should be a state option. Alabama is different than New York. New York is different from
Blowjob.
Vermont. Every state is different. It should be a state option.
You said very
We have to
recently.
help. It's very important. We have to help our small businesses.
You
How
said-
are you helping your small
Yeah,
businesses?
I was
when
trying
you're
to find a
forcing
guy going to
wages?
work, but
What's
they
gonna
didn't have
happen,
any.
and what's
Like,
been proven
if
to
I'd have had
happen
a guy
is
carrying
when
a
you do that,
briefcase,
these
you'd have
small
got it
businesses
immediately.
Fire
Oh,
many
yeah.
of their employees.
You said recently you would consider raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. You said recently you would consider raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. Is that still the case?
And I would consider it
Fucking
to an
bug.
extent, but
In a
what I
second
really like,
administration?
in a second administration, but not to a level that's going to
All
put
right.
all these businesses out of business.
Now this
It should
might
be a
piss
state
some
action.
people off.
Oh,
Different
God.
places
Here
are
you
different
go.
Places. They're all different. Some places.
Oh my God!
In other
Who
places,
did
the
not just do that?
President Trump, thank you. Quick response.
No,
Two
you
jobs,
did
one
not
job,
just
keeping
do
below
that.
poverty. People
Oh
make
my
6, 7, 8
God.
bucks an hour. These first responders will clap for it as they come down the street because they've allowed us to
Wow.
make it. What's happening? They deserve a minimum wage.
James,
of
you need to
$15.
moderate that.
And it is below the poverty
Mr.
level.
Moderator.
And there's no
Yeah, moderator, you gotta take care of that one. Holy
that is simply
wow. Wow.
And we're going to talk about families.
Oh, that was good.
Your administration separated
Man, you went nuclear on that one.
Well, I saw the moon, and then I saw that. I was like, okay, I've got to. I can't pass that one up.
Good God.
So how will these families ever be reunited?
All right, well, I'll come up with one that's more appropriate than that.
Lots of bad people, cartels, and they're brought here and they use
Shit for
them
brains.
to get into
Yeah,
the
you got
country.
it.
We now have as
That's
strong
a
a
good
border
one.
as we've ever had. We're over 400 miles.
James, can you moderate the stuff that I post, or that we post whenever Stumpy's in the studio?
You probably could for mine.
You know, they used to say, "I built the cages," and then they had a picture in a certain
Edible cock?
newspaper.
What?
Picture of these horrible
Go eat a
cages.
cock.
And
Go
they
eat a
look
cock?
at
I was
these
thinking
cages.
edible cock.
President Trump built them, and then it was determined they were built.
Is it go eat a
in
cock? Am I right?
2014. That was
Or am I right?
To reunite the kids?
Yes, we're working on it.
Edible cock.
We're trying very hard, but a lot of these
I remember
kids
there's
come
a
out
delay,
without the
so it takes them a
parents.
little
They
bit.
come over through cartels and through coyotes and through gangs.
Vice President Biden, let me
No,
bring you into
neither
this.
one of us.
No, okay.
Another question to you.
These 500 plus kids came with parents.
But you did give me an
They
idea for my next
separated
one.
them at the border to make it a disincentive to come to begin with.
Oh, this one's going to be
Big, we're
good.
tough. We're really strong.
I can't think of what it is.
It's not
Oh!
didn't bring
Cock
them.
muncher.
muncher.
Nice. Nice. That's
They got
good.
separated from their
I like
parents.
that.
And it makes
Very
us
good
a
funny.
laughing stock. It violates every
Damn it.
notion of who we are as
Got
a
me on a
nation.
coughing fit.
Let me ask you a follow-up
Kristen,
question.
they did it. We changed the policy.
Your response
They
to
did
that?
it.
James, are you able to
The cages.
moderate the stuff that we post when we're in the studio? I know you probably could for his right now, Stump Jumper, but could
Yeah.
you for the Right and Stumpy?
Ripped from their arms and separated. And now they cannot find over 500 of sets of those parents, and those kids are alone. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. It's criminal. It's criminal.
Let me ask you.
Hey, you ready for the next one, or are you going to go, Holden?
Reporters,
No, you go ahead.
They are so
I'm
well taken care of. They're in facilities that were so clean.
But some
and
of them
have gotten
haven't been
such good-
reunited
But
with
just
their
ask
families.
one question. Who built the cages? I'd love you to ask him that. Who built the cages?
Let me ask about your immigration policy, Mr. Vice President. The Obama
right.
administration did fail
Cock
to
meat
deliver
sandwich.
immigration
Yes!
reform, which had been a key promise.
Nah, I
during
knew
the
that. That was
administration.
good.
It also
Cock meat
presided
sandwich.
over record deportations as well as
Oh,
family
okay.
detentions at the
So,
border before
should I go ahead and
changing course.
delete that
So why
one?
should voters
may
trust
want
you with an
to.
immigration overhaul now?
Mr. Moderator, should we delete that one?
To get it
I think
right.
we can get
Took too
away
long to
with
get
the
it right.
other stuff, but
I'll be
that might be a
president of the
bit
United States,
much.
vice president of the United States. And the
But
fact
But
is,
really, you
I
have
made
to
it very
put it
clear.
together like we're
Within
trying to
100
do
days,
that
I
kind of thing,
think
you know?
most people will figure that out.
Nah, most people are stupid.
11 million undocumented people, and all
What?
of those so-called
After looking at all the other
dreamers,
ones-
those DACA kids, they're going to be immediately certified again to be able to stay in this country and put on a path to citizenship.
Yeah, all right,
They're
fine.
being sent home by this guy, and they want to do that. Is they've gone to a country they've never seen before. I can imagine you're 5
There we
years
go.
old. Your parents are taking you across the Rio Grande River, and it's illegal. And you say, "Oh,
All right,
Mom,
I
leave
got
me
one
here.
for you.
I'm not going to go with you."
All right.
They've been here. Many of them are
Yeah, about that.
20,000 of them are first responders.
That's my thoughts exactly.
during this crisis. We owe them. We owe them.
What's that one?
Kristen, he had 8 years to do what he
What
said he
is
was
that?
going
Is
to
that a
do.
mongoose?
And
No.
I've changed without having a specific.
He knows
We
what
got
it
rid
is.
of
It's a
catch and
raccoon.
release. We got rid of a lot of
Oh,
horrible things.
what's
they
that
put
about?
in and that they lived
Think
with.
about it for
But
a
he had
minute.
8 years
Oh,
as vice
you're going
president.
that way again.
Did nothing except
We're just
build
determined to get
cages
this like
to keep
shut down
children
before
in.
it grows.
Vice
Any.
President Biden, your response.
The catch and release. You know what he's talking about there? If in fact you had a family came across, and they were arrested, they in fact were given a date to show up for a hearing. They were released, and guess what? They showed up for a hearing.
Anybody just
This is the
joining in,
first
we're playing around with the
president in
emojis.
the
You
United
can't
States
tell.
of America that's anybody
Oh, yeah,
seeking
we're
asylum
telling inappropriate
has to do it
jokes
in
through
another
emojis.
country. That's
Yeah,
never
guess
happened
what they
before
are.
in America. That's never happened before in America. You come to the United States and you make your case that I seek asylum based on the following premise: why I deserve it under American law. They're sitting in squalor on the other side of the
Got a
river.
nasty one.
President Trump, your response,
So
30 seconds, and then we'll move
It
on.
just shows that he has no understanding of immigration of the laws. Catch and release is a
You
disaster.
can get.
A
James might be
murderer
able to get it
would
because
come
he
in,
listens
a
to
rapist
our
would come
episodes.
in, a very bad
yeah.
person
That's
would come
assuming
in.
So the only one that's
We
going to
would
get the one
take
I'm going to be
their
posting
name, we have to release them
is
into our country.
Stumpy
And then
or
you say
anybody
they
that's
come
listened
back.
to our
Less than 1%
our-
of the
our
people
shows.
come back. We have to send ICE out and Border Patrol out to find them. We would say, come back in 2 years, 3 years. We're going to give you a court case. You need Perry Mason. We're going to give you a court case. When you say they come back, they don't come back, Joe. They never come back. Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, they might come back.
Okay,
But
President
very,
Trump, let's
very
give
few.
Vice President Biden a chance to respond, and then we're going to move on to the
You
next
don't know
section.
the law, Joe.
Vice President Biden, your response.
Know the law. What he's telling you is simply not true.
Well, check it out. They don't come back.
Check it out.
All right, let's move on.
But we don't have
to
to
the
worry
next
about it because they
section.
terminated it, so we don't have to worry about
All right, go
it.
ahead,
Move on to
Stumpy.
the next
And yet,
section.
I posted
25
it.
kids not knowing
Didn't
where
see
in
it?
God's name they're
No, I
going to
haven't
be and
seen
lost
it.
their parents.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's
It's
talk
in there.
about our next section, which is
see it.
race in America. And I want to talk about the
And-
way
yeah,
black
I'm gonna
and
post mine.
brown
Can you see mine?
Americans experience race in this country. Part of that
right, I
experience
see a
is something
unicorn.
called the talk. It happens regardless of
Is that
class
a guy
and
playing
income.
basketball?
Parents who
Yeah,
feel
he's
they
playing.
have no choice but to prepare their children for the chance that they could be targeted, including by the police, for no reason other than the color of their skin. Mr. Vice President,
Wait,
in the
first
next
of
minutes,
was he
I'd
saying
like
that to
discuss
me or
why
yours?
these families-
He-
Do you
I think he's
understand
saying-
why these
okay, I don't
parents
know.
fear for their children?
I can't
I
see
do.
your Stumpy.
I
Which
do.
post it
I
My
again?
daughter is a social
I was there.
worker, and she's written a lot about this.
All right,
She's
James, are you
has a
replying to
graduate
mine
degree
or
from the University of
Stumpy's?
Pennsylvania in social work. And you know, one of the reasons why I ended up working on the east side of Wilmington, Delaware, which is 90% African American, was to learn more about what was going on. What I never had to
I still
tell
haven't
my
seen it
daughter,
come across.
if she's pulled over,
Did it not?
make sure
No.
she puts for a traffic stop, put both hands
Both.
on top of her and don't reach for the
Mine
glove
was
box
Red
because
Rocket, so
someone
you're
may
kind of
shoot you.
close.
But a black parent,
All right,
no
let me
matter how
reload the
wealthy or how
chat.
poor they are, has to teach their child when you're walking down
I'll
the
give you
street.
partial credit
don't
for
have
that
a
one,
hoodie on when you go
James.
across the street.
Now, what was
Make sure
yours?
that you, in fact,
All right,
if you
think
were
about
pulled
it.
over,
It was
just
something
yes
that
sir,
we
no
very
sir, hands
briefly
on top of the
touched
wheel,
on.
because you
I don't
are,
ever-
in
I
fact,
cannot
the
think
victim,
to a
whether
single
you're
time we
a
mentioned
person making
unicorns on
$300
any-
No.
child of a
Pony.
$300,000 a year person, or someone who's on
Pony play.
on
Nice.
The fact of the
Okay.
matter is, there is
Okay.
institutional racism in America. And
Gotcha.
we have always
Pony
said,
play.
we've never lived up to it. That we hold these truths to
But
be
you did Red
self-evident.
Rocket?
All men and women are created
Yeah,
equal.
yeah, yeah.
Guess
Well, it was
what?
a dog, a bone,
We
and a
have
rocket.
never lived up to it, but we've always constantly been moving the needle further
Yeah.
and further to inclusion, not exclusion.
Yeah,
This
so,
is the
so
first
James,
president
you
to come
get
along
partial
and says,
credit
"That's
for
the
that
end of
one
that.
too.
We're not going to do that anymore. We have to provide for economic opportunity, better education, better health care, better access to schooling, better access to opportunity to borrow money to start businesses. All the things we can do, and I've laid out a clear plan as to how to do those things, just to give people a shot. It's about accumulating the ability to have wealth as well as it is to be free from violence.
President Trump, same question to you, and let me remind you of the question. I would like you to speak directly to these families.
You
Do
need a
understand
walrus.
why these parents fear for their children?
Yes, I do. And again, he's
Okay.
been in government 47 years. He never did a thing except in 1994 when he did such harm to the black community. And they were called, and he called them super predators. And he said that. He said it, super predators. And they kept never lived that
I
down.
can't do the one I want.
1994,
Damn it.
Your crime bill, the super predators. Nobody
Okay,
has
I'm
done
gonna do
more for the
one.
black
You're not
community
gonna
than
guess
Donald
it, but
Trump.
you're gonna
And
laugh
if
when
you
I tell
look,
you what it is.
with the
Okay.
exception of
I wanna
Abraham
be- I wanted to do
Lincoln,
dumb
possible
fuck.
exception, but the exception of Abraham
Oh, yeah,
Lincoln,
see, that would be a tough
nobody
one.
has done
Yeah,
what
you
I've
just
done.
have to
Criminal
find a picture of an
justice
emoji
reform,
face that looks
Obama
dumb, and then put a
Joe
walrus
didn't
on it.
do
Dumb fuck.
I don't even think they
Oh,
tried because
fuck.
they had no
Oh, that was a
chance of
seal.
doing it.
You
Fuck.
needed a
They
seal.
might
Yeah,
have
seal.
wanted to do it, but if you had to see the arms I had to twist to get that done, it was
Family
not
Guy
a
has
pretty
done
picture.
great things
and
for my
everybody
humor.
knows it, including some very liberal people that
And two.
cried in my office. They cried in the Oval Office. 2 weeks later, they're out saying, "Gee, we have to defeat him." Criminal justice reform,
just had one.
prison reform, Opportunity zones with Tim Scott, a great senator from South Carolina.
You're not going to guess this, but when I tell you what it is,
Opportunity zones,
you're going to
it's one
laugh.
of the most successful programs. People don't talk about it. Tremendous investment is being made. Biggest beneficiary, the black and Hispanic communities. And then historically black
you can try if you want.
Universities. After 3 years of coming to the office, I love some of those guys. They were great. They came into the office. And they said, I said, what are you doing? After 3 years, I said, why do you keep coming back? Because we have no funding. I said, you don't have to come back every year. We have to come back. Because President Obama would never give them
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
And I did. 10-year long-term funding, and I gave them more money than they asked for. Do you get it now? I said, I think you need more.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
All right. This
is the best I can do with this one.
And they like me, and I like them.
So,
I saved historically black colleges and
of course, everyone's able to do this. So, James, you can do this too if you're not busy. But this one's the best I can do, but it's funny.
Accuse me of saying. The fact of the matter is, in 2000, though, after the crime bill had been in the law for a while, this is the guy who said the problem with the crime bill, there's not enough people in jail. There's not enough people in jail.
Is that a cloud?
Yeah. Get the quote, the date when he said.
And a mailbox?
No,
it's just a box.
Marauding gangs, young gangs, and the people who are going to maraud our
tongue
cities.
Cloud box.
Tongue cloud box. Okay, I get the tongue and box, but cloud.
Sure that they got the death penalty. None of them were guilty of the crimes they were suggesting.
Oh no, what is it?
And talk about
tongue punch your fart box.
He did, in fact.
Oh, dude, you could have. Yeah. Nice.
We committed over 1,000.
I couldn't find a fart cloud.
Oh, okay. I would have done it like this.
The law he's talking about is a law that, in fact, initiated.
I guess I really couldn't find a punch
and secondly,
either.
We're in a situation here where the federal prison system was reduced by 38,000 people under our administration, and one of these things
let me go through and find the correct.
You know what's funny is we've gone from where we're like really not even making fun of the debate anymore.
No,
fucking around with chat.
Now we're playing emoji games. Just still pretty damn funny.
Oh yeah.
Not to jail. We should fundamentally change the system, and that's what I'm going to do.
But why didn't he do it 4 years
ago? That's a good one, though. Tongue punch your fart box.
4 years ago, even less than that. Why didn't you? You were vice president. You keep talking about all these things you're going to do.
Oh, there it is. He found it. Punch. There it is.
Yeah.
He found the punch.
I'm putting one together right now too.
I ran because of you. I ran because of Barack Obama. Because you did a poor job.
That's the way I'd have done it.
Good job. I would have never run. I ran because of you. I'm looking at you now. You're a politician.
Pretty good, though.
I ran because of you.
All right, Vice
you gotta admit.
Your response to that, and then I do have some questions for both of you.
Well, I tell you what, I
ball bag.
What's happening here is,
ball bag.
You know who I am. You know
Yo, ball bag.
Oh, take off your ball bag.
You know my character. You know our reputation.
Grody little
telling the
wanker.
truth. I am anxious to have this race. I am anxious to see this take place. I am the character of the country.
Yeah, ball bag.
Look at us.
You gotta say it with a British accent, though. You ball bag.
All stuff is true about Russia, Ukraine, China, other countries, Iraq. If this is true, then he's a corrupt politician. Right. So don't give me the stuff about how you're this innocent baby. Joe, they're calling you a
Joe's an innocent baby?
I don't think he was even born innocent.
From hell.
President Trump, we're talking about race right now, and I do want to stay on the issue of race. President Trump,
I have to respond to that.
Please,
because look, there are 50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plant. They have said that this has all the five former heads of the CIA. Both parties say what he's saying is a bunch of garbage. Nobody
Horse
believes
punch.
it except his
Donkey punch.
friend Rudy Giuliani.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Russia.
Donkey punch.
That's exactly what.
This is where he's going. The laptop is Russia.
Gentlemen, I want to stay on the issue of race.
You have to be kidding. Here we go again with Russia.
We're going to continue on the issue of race. Mr. President, you've described the Black Lives Matter
movement.
Okay,
this one's not like as simple, but it's a funny little story. See if you get it.
To millions of your supporters. others. You've said that black professional athletes exercising their First Amendment rights should be fired. What do you say to Americans who say that kind of
fire
language from
shit?
the president is
Tacos gave me the
to a climate
explosive
of hate
shits.
and racial strife?
Tacos, explosive shit. Okay. Okay.
You know what that's like, don't you?
I know like that what it's like for everything.
Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. I said, that's a horrible thing.
Fuck?
And they were marching down the street.
Black Lives Matter were saying that on some marches.
Black Lives Matter.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck? Why are we talking about pigs in a blanket?
That's what they were saying. Yeah, Taco Bell shits. Yeah, there you go.
Relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.
Well, what do you say to Americans who are concerned by that?
He just said that to a black lady, didn't he?
I don't know what to say. I got criminal justice reform done and prison reform and opportunity zones. I took care of black colleges and universities. I don't know what to say.
All right, here you go.
They
There's
can
one.
say anything. I mean, they can say anything. It makes me sad. Because I am the least.
Hey, is that a dragon or a snake?
See the audience because it's so dark. But I don't care who's in the
audience. Is that one-eyed monster?
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me ask you very quickly, and then I have a follow-up question for you.
Abraham Lincoln
All right,
is one of the most
let's see if
racist
you
presidents
guess
we've
this
had in modern history.
Wait.
He pours fuel on every single racist fire. Every single one.
You just said Abraham Lincoln is the most racist president ever.
He's going to get rid of those Mexican rapists. He's banned Muslims because they're Muslims. He has moved around and made everything worse across the board. He says about the poor boys. Last time we were on stage here, he said, "I
poor
told him
boys?
to stand down."
You meant Proud
and
Boys,
stand
you
ready."
dumb fuck.
Come on. This guy is a dog
He
whistle
just
about
called
as
them
big as a
poor
foghorn.
boys.
Yeah.
President Trump, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to respond, and then I have a follow-up.
You made a reference to Abraham Lincoln. Where did that come in? I mean,
You said you're Abraham Lincoln.
No, where did that? No.
You said,
I said not since Abraham Lincoln has anybody done.
Joe is so confused. You said you're Abraham Lincoln. I believed you.
I said
You're Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. Has anybody?
He's gonna start speaking
more
out
done
against
for
the
black
Emancipation
community?
Proclamation
No,
next.
You have done nothing other than
I think he's going to go to the theater and get shot in the head.
oh, God.
Tens of thousands of
Joe's like,
black
you just
men,
said you're Abraham Lincoln,
mostly
come back
in
from the
jail.
dead to rule us all. You're racist.
If you look at what's happening
Abraham
with the
Lincoln's
voting right now,
racist.
Let me ask
they
Vice
remember
President
that you
Biden.
treated
All
them
right, let's see.
very badly. Just take a look at what's happening out
All
there.
right,
Vice President Biden, let
brain,
me give you a chance to
cold,
respond within this
cat.
context. Crime bills that you supported in the 80s and 90s contributed to the incarceration
Man, it's a
of
little
tens of
inside.
thousands
You
of
may
young
not-
Brain
may not
freeze
guess it.
who had
pussy.
small amounts of drugs in their possession.
Mind-numbing
Their sons,
pussy.
Their brothers, their fathers, their uncles, whose families are still to this day, some of them suffering the consequences. So speak to those families. Why should they vote for you?
One of the things is that in the 80s, we passed 100%, all 100 senators voted for it, a bill on drugs and how to deal with drugs. It was a mistake. I've been trying to change the sense, and particularly the portion on cocaine. That's why I've been arguing that, in fact, we should not send anyone to jail for a pure drug offense. They should be going into treatment across the board.
All right.
That's what we should be spending money on. That's why I set up drug courts, which were never funded
James,
by Republican friends.
You need to
They
look at this
should
one
not be
too.
going to
I
jail
want to say it out
for
loud.
a drug or an alcohol problem. They should be going into treatment. Treatment. That's what we've been trying to do. That's what I'm going to get done, because I think maybe the American people have now seen that, in fact, it was a mistake to pass those laws relating to the drug. But they were not in the crime bill.
Hey, YouTube can eat a cock.
See, it's all talk, no
Close.
action with these politicians.
Close.
Why didn't he get it?
YouTube sucks
That's what
cock.
I'm gonna do when I become
That's a
president.
good face
You
for
were
that.
vice
Nice.
president along
Yeah.
with Obama as your president. You did that for 8 years. Why didn't you get it done?
Nice.
8 years to get it done. Now you're saying you're going to get it done because you're all talk and no action, Jim.
We got a lot of it done. We released 38,000.
anything.
You're all talking, no trousers, you are.
You got
Oh,
nothing done.
okay, no trousers,
38,000
you are.
prisoners were released from federal prison.
Put
We
your
have-
skitties in your
there were
Island
over
Wikis, you
1,000
plonker.
people who were given clemency.
You know what he's
In
saying?
fact, we're the ones
Let's
who put in
see.
the legislation saying we
Pickaxe
could look
at
at pattern
you.
and practice of police departments and what they were doing, how they were conducting themselves. I could
Well,
go
that's-
on, but we began the process. We began the process. We lost an election. That's why I'm running to win back that election and change his terrible policy.
I
With
just
response,
asked,
and then we're
I
gonna
just
move
asked
on
one
to climate
question.
change.
Why didn't you do it in the 8 years, a short time ago? Why didn't you do it? You just said, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. You put tens of thousands of
pickaxe
mostly
at you.
black young men in prison. Now you're saying
honestly, I give up. I don't even know where to start with that one.
8 years with Obama. You know why, Joe? Because you're all talk
Pick you
and no action.
All right, Vice President Biden, and then
Can
we're
your
gonna move on
ass?
to the next section.
That can't be fuck you, right?
I wouldn't think with a pickaxe, dear God.
That's the answer.
Well, you
Okay.
gotta talk them into it, Joe. Sometimes
right.
you gotta talk them into it.
We're going to move on to our next section,
Like I
which
did with
is
criminal
climate
justice
change.
reform. I had
Okay.
to talk Democrats into it.
Gentlemen,
You did what
we're
we've
running out of
already
time, so we got to get on to climate change, please. You both have very
Pick
different
a-
visions on climate change. President Trump, you say that
Okay.
environmental
Pikachu.
regulations have
Nice.
jobs in
Okay,
the
that's
energy
funny.
sector.
Okay.
Vice President
I
Biden,
get-
you
I
have
see
said
that.
you
All
see
right.
addressing
All
climate
right,
change
here's one
as
for
an
you.
opportunity to
I got
create
one.
new jobs.
Okay.
For each
Well, you
of
guess mine, and
how
I'll
would you
guess
both
yours.
combat climate
At
change
the clap.
and support job growth at the
Yes.
same time, starting with you, President Trump.
Let's see if you can
2
guess
minutes
that.
uninterrupted.
So,
Foot Road
we have the
Sunset.
Trillion Trees
Hit the
program.
road, Jack?
Sunset? That's a
many different
bell.
programs.
Is that a
do
bell? It looks
love
like a
the
sunset.
environment, but what
Yeah.
I want is the cleanest, crystal
No, it's a
clear
bell.
Foot Road
water,
Bell?
the cleanest air. We have the best lowest
Nobel
number
Peace
in
Prize?
carbon emissions, which is a big
Long
standard that I
dong.
notice Obama goes with all the time.
Foot-
Not Joe. I haven't heard Joe use the term because I'm not sure he knows what it represents or means, but I have heard Obama use it. And we have
You could put
the
a ruler
best
there instead of the road?
carbon emission
There's no ruler, I
numbers that
looked.
we've had in
Ah,
35 years
bitch.
under
Look for a
this
ruler, I looked for a
administration.
measuring
We
tape.
are
The only thing
working
I could
so
find to
well with
convey
industry,
long
but
was that
here's what
picture
we
of that
can't
road.
do. Look at China, how filthy it is.
Foot long dong.
Look at Russia.
Foot long
Look at India. It's filthy. The
Damn
air
it.
is filthy.
This
The
this
Paris
live
Accord
stream has
took us out
devolved from
because we
making
were
fun
gonna have to
of
spend
the debate to doing
trillions of
this. I
dollars,
can't.
and we were treated
I
very
can't believe
unfairly.
how
When
much
they
it's
put us in
actually
there, they did us a great disservice.
degraded?
They were to take away our businesses. I will not sacrifice
White flag, did he give up?
millions of jobs, thousands and thousands
Give
of
up?
companies
Is
because
that
of
you throwing in
the
the towel,
Paris
James?
Accord. It
I
was so
think he
unfair.
is.
China doesn't kick in until 2030. Russia goes back to a low standard, and we kicked in right away. It would have been
Canada. Is that what you argue?
Canada.
Canada.
So,
France.
you ready?
It'd be
We
France.
have done an
And
incredible
Canada.
job environmentally. We have
Switzerland.
the cleanest air, the cleanest water, and the best
They're
carbon
neutral.
emission standards
Exactly.
that we've seen in many, many years.
Vice President
And we
Biden.
haven't destroyed our industries.
Vice President Biden, 2 minutes
Industry.
to you,
What
uninterrupted.
was with that fucking inflection?
Climate change and climate warming, the global warming.
Yeah, you
is an existential threat to
Fair
humanity.
enough, James.
We have a
All
Well
right.
played.
obligation.
All right,
to deal with it.
back
And
to
we're told
the
by all
jokes
the leading
of the
scientists in
debate.
world,
The
we
whole
don't
fucking
have
thing's a
much
joke.
time.
Yeah, I just had
We're
an
going to
idea
pass
of
the
one
point of
more.
no
I'm gonna find
return
it.
All right,
within
go
the
ahead.
next 8 to 10 years.
Hey, it'll take a
4
minute.
more
So,
years
yeah.
of this man
All right.
eliminating all the regulations that were put in by us to clean up the climate, to limit the limit of emissions will put us in a position where we're going to be in real trouble. Here's where we have
May
a
not
great
be able to do
opportunity.
it.
I was able to
not
get
have the
both
right one I
all the
need.
environmental organizations as well as labor, the people worried about jobs, to support my climate plan, because what it does, it will create millions of new good-paying jobs. We're going to invest in, for example, 50,000 charging stations on our highways so that we can own the electric car market of the future. In the meantime, China is doing that. We're going to be in a position where we're going to see to it that we're going to take 4 million existing buildings and 2 million existing homes.
4
and
million
retrofit
billion
them so they
existing
don't leak as
buildings.
much
Yep,
energy,
here's the
saving
Joe. He's
hundreds of
back.
millions of barrels of
Oh, yeah.
oil in the process. And
Those in
creating
full effect.
significant number of
Whenever
jobs.
the numbers
And
start
by the
flying,
way,
that's
the
when he
whole
like
idea
really
of
gets
what this is all
confuddled.
going to do, it's going to create millions of jobs, and it's going to clean the environment. Our health and our jobs are at stake. That's what's happening. And what right now, by the way, Wall Street firms indicated that my plan will in fact create 18.6 million jobs, 7 million more than his. This is from Wall Street. And I'll create $1 trillion more in economic growth than his proposal does. Not on climate, just on the economy.
President Trump, you're
Yeah.
They came out.
Well, yeah,
and
because
said
your
very
tax rate, you
strongly,
dumbass.
$6,500 will be taken
God
away
damn,
from
even
families
freaking
under
50
his
Cent
plan,
jumped
that his
ship
plan
when he
is an
mentioned it.
economic
Well, yeah, because he
disaster.
doesn't want to be
If you
20
look
cent.
at what he wants to do, you know, if you look at his plan,
That's good,
his
actually.
plan, you know who developed it? AOC +3. They know nothing about the climate. I mean, she's got a good line of stuff, but she knows nothing about the climate. And they're all
none of you
hopping
chuckle
through
fucks
hoops
know
for
anything about the
AOC
climate.
+3. Look,
The climate.
It's a climate.
Costs $100 trillion. If we had the best year in the history of our country for 100 years, we would not even come close to a number like that. When he says buildings, they want to take buildings down because they want to make bigger windows into smaller windows. As far as they're concerned, if you had no window, it would be a lovely thing. This is the craziest plan that anybody has
Why
ever
is Joe
seen.
making himself
And this
laugh?
wasn't
Did he
done
just
by
like fart
smart
again?
people.
Found a piece
This
of candy
wasn't
in his
done
pocket.
by
Ooh, piece of
anybody,
candy.
frankly, I don't
Ooh,
even
piece
know
of
how
candy.
it can be good politically.
Ooh, piece of
They want
candy.
to spend $100 trillion. That's their real number. He's trying to say it was 6. It's $100 trillion. They want to knock down buildings and build new buildings with little,
you find another
tiny,
piece of candy?
small windows. I mean, and many other things.
Okay.
And many other things.
Let me have the Vice President
It
respond,
is
and we're running out of
crazy.
time, and we have a lot more
You'll
questions to
destroy
get
our
to.
country.
So let's hear from the Vice President. I have a number more questions.
I don't know where he comes from. I don't know where he comes up with these numbers.
Queens.
Cotton on, Joe.
$100 trillion.
Where'd you come from? Where did you go?
Where'd you come from, Cotton on, Joe?
Every major environmental group and every labor group.
I digress.
Labor.
Okay.
Because they know
This
the
all right.
future
Now I'm
lies.
going to
The
preface
future
this one by
lies in
saying
us
you
being
have
able
to look at the
breathe,
way
and they know
the
they're good
first one
jobs
is
and getting
facing.
us
Okay.
there. And by
Okay.
the way, the fastest growing industry in America is the electric,
Alrighty,
solar energy and wind. He thinks wind causes cancer. Windmills. It's the fastest growing jobs, and they pay
cartwheel
good
door
prevailing
is
wages.
scary.
45.
But it isn't the
$50 an hour.
cartwheel, it's
We
what way
can
she's facing.
grow
What do you
and
see?
We can be cleaner if we go the route I'm proposing.
Crotch.
President Trump,
Excuse me.
please
We are
respond.
energy independent for
Why?
the first
Okay, all
time.
the first
We
one
don't
is
need
back.
all of these countries that
Back.
we had to fight
Okay.
war over because we needed their energy.
Backdoor
We're
whore.
energy independent. I know
Almost.
more about wind than you do. It's extremely expensive.
Backdoor adventure.
Kills all the birds.
Almost.
It's very intermittent. It's got a lot of problems, and they happen to make the windmills in both
Backdoor.
Germany and China. And the
Woo!
fumes coming up,
Come on
if you're
now.
a believer in carbon
What?
emission,
You got the
fumes
first two
coming up
parts.
to make
Backdoor.
those massive windmills is more than anything
I don't
that
know
we're
the last
talking
one.
about with
Scary?
natural gas, which is
Backdoor
virtually
surprise.
another thing. Solar. I love solar, but solar doesn't quite have it yet. It's not powerful enough
Backdoor
yet
surprise.
to
It
really
was
run
backdoor
our big,
surprise.
Beautiful factories that we
That's
need
funny.
to compete with the world. So
False.
it's all a pipe dream. But you know what we'll do? We're going to have the greatest
All a pipe
economy in the
dream,
world.
much like
But
his
if you
son
wanna
Hunter
kill the
has.
economy, get rid of your oil industry. You want, and what about fracking?
All right, let me
about
allow Vice President Biden to
Back
respond.
that crack.
Never said I oppose fracking.
I've never said I have a crack.
Did show the tape. Put it on your website.
I know. I got to get a new ass myself. My old one's got a crack in it.
Would you rule out banning fracking?
I do rule out banning fracking because the answer we need other industries to transition to
Come on.
get to ultimately
Come
to
on.
complete zero emissions by 2025.
Not
what
happening.
I will do with fracking over time is make sure that we can
Zero
capture
emissions by
the
2025.
emissions
Yeah, no,
from
that ain't
the
fucking
fracking.
happening.
Capture the emissions from gas. We can do that, and we can do that by investing money and doing it. But it's a transition to that.
I have one more
We
question.
can capture
Ms.
gas?
Biden,
Excuse me, he was against fracking.
Hey,
He
yeah.
said it. I will
I'll
show
make
that
my
to you
fart jars.
tomorrow. I am against
You
fracking.
compress 'em
Until he
and
got
then
the
mail 'em out?
nomination, went to Pennsylvania, then he said,
yeah,
but you know
yeah.
what, Pennsylvania, he'll be against it very soon because his party is totally against it.
Fracking on federal land, I said no fracking
You said
and or
frack.
oil on
didn't say
federal
frack.
Let
land.
me ask this
I
final
did.
question in this section.
No fucking
and then I
on
want to move on to our
federal
final
land. It's
section.
illegal.
President Trump,
No
people of
fucking.
color are much more likely to live near oil refineries
Is
and
it? I
chemical
don't think it
plants.
is,
In
technically.
Texas, there are families
No,
who
I'm just
worry
saying,
the
no
plants
fucking.
near them are making them sick. Your administration has rolled back regulations on these kinds of facilities. Why should these families give you another 4 years in office?
The families that we're talking about are employed heavily, and they're making a lot of money, more money than they've ever made. If you look at the kind of numbers that we produce for Hispanic, for Black, for Asian, it's 9 times greater the percentage gain than it
That
was
wasn't the
under
question I was
in
fucking
3
asked.
years than it was under 8 years of the 2 of them, to put it nicely. 9 times more.
Are you following what he's
Now,
saying? Because I can't.
Somebody lives. I have not heard the numbers or the
Are you
statistics.
still fucking around with
that you're
emojis?
saying, But
no, at this point, I'm just fucking around. General.
And I saved it again a number
We got a live show we're doing. Quit fucking around.
I know this degraded so far. I'm having trouble coming back and actually getting on. ADD is acting up real bad.
It's real bad.
It's real bad.
Well, luckily our live stream Saturday won't be as bad. We'll have a lot of people to hang out with.
And then we're going to have a final question for both of you.
My response is that those people live on what they call fence lines. He doesn't understand this.
It's over 9 times.
They live near chemical plants that, in fact,
it's over 9,000.
Chemical plants and oil plants and refineries that pollute.
Oh, why I just made Vegeta sound like that? I can't do Vegeta, man.
I
tell you what, man, Dragon Ball Z will teach you a lot of life lessons. Like, if you just scream and punch things enough, all your problems will work out.
Yeah, who says violence doesn't solve problems? If they say that, they're not using enough.
Yeah.
They haven't gone beyond to Super Saiyan.
Yeah, they just haven't reached Super Saiyan.
Yeah, that's the problem.
What do you do? And you impose restrictions on the
everyone watching right now, don't forget to join us Saturday around 7:30 for our live stream from the Honda Hotel.
If technical problems don't abound.
Yeah, if that doesn't happen, you know, if Stumpy regrows his leg and everything.
Dude, if I do that, I'm going to be like, I don't know. I don't know what I would do if I woke up with it at this point. It'd probably scare the hell out of me. I mean, I'd be happy, but...
You'd have to relearn how to walk a third time.
Oh, yeah. I know. I'd be like, wait, this shit's weird.
How does this thing work again?
I wonder how long that new leg smell would last. James got a...
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, nice.
That was good.
I like that.
Yeah, that was good. I like that one.
Well played, James.
Because basically what he's saying is he is going to destroy the oil industry. Will you remember that, Texas? Will you remember that, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma?
Vice President Biden, let me give you 10 seconds to respond, and then I have to get to the final question. Vice President Biden.
He takes everything out of context, but the point is, look, we have to move toward a net
yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that, you know, name an anime
The first place
too.
to do that by the year 2035 is in energy production. By 2050, totally.
All right. One
is he
final
going to get
question
China to do it?
No, we're finished with
is
this.
He
we
going
have
to
to
get
move
China
on to our
do it?
final question.
No,
We have to
I'm
move
going
on
to
to our
join
final
Paris
question.
Accord and make China abide by what they agreed to.
All right, this is
Wait,
how
okay,
leadership,
Joe says he's going to
gentlemen.
make
And
China
this
abide
first
by what they
question
agreed to,
does go to you,
even though China
President.
does whatever the fuck they
Imagine
want.
this is your
That's true.
inauguration day.
Guess
So-
that anime
What will
then.
you say in your address to
Wolf's
Americans
Reign.
who did not vote for you?
Yeah.
You'll each have 1 minute, starting with you, Ms.
We have to make our country totally successful. As
James,
it was
you started
prior to
this
the plague
crap again,
coming
I
from
hope you know.
China. Now we're
It's your
rebuilding
fault,
it, and
James.
We're doing record numbers, 11.4 million jobs in a short period of time, etc. But I will tell you, go back. Before the plague came in, just before, I was getting calls from people that were.
I think I know this one.
normally people that would call me. They wanted
it's
to
not
get
Moby
together.
Dick.
We had the best black.
That would be funny, though.
Of our country. Hispanic.
Oh, damn it.
women, Asian. People with diplomas, with no diplomas, MIT graduates, #1 in
Moby
the class.
Play Dick.
Everybody had the best numbers.
Knick-knack,
And you know what?
paddywhack, give
The
a dog a
other
bone.
side wanted to get together. They wanted to unify.
Let's
Success
see.
is going to bring us together. We're
well
on the road to success.
played,
But I'm cutting taxes, and he wants to
Well
raise
plays with
everybody's
Dick.
taxes, and he wants to put new regulations
Well
on
played.
everything. He will kill.
Well played.
If he gets
A
in,
well-played
he will
Dick,
have
a well-placed
depression,
Dick.
the
Oh
likes
my
of which
God.
you've never seen. Your 401ks
Stop
will
talking
go
about
to hell,
dicks. It's
and it'll
clearly
be a
not
very,
dicks.
very sad day for this country.
But it's
All
a
right.
Moby D,
Vice
Moby
President
Dick.
Biden, Same question to you. What will you
Yeah,
say
clearly
during
he
your
would have said if it
inaugural address
was.
to
Hey, there's a
Americans who
delay.
did
He
not
can't
vote
hear us
for
right
you?
now.
I will
He'll hear
say
us in about
I'm
10
an American
seconds.
president.
15 seconds. I forget what it is.
And all he's going to hear is you saying dick over and over again.
Well played.
Well played.
Well,
I told you. I was
We're going
right.
to choose science over fiction. We're going to choose hope over fear. We're going to choose.
I
to
got
move
that.
forward
Here, I was
because
stuck
there are
on this
enormous
dick.
Opportunities.
Yeah, you're over there thinking about dick, and I'm the only one here who's right.
We can grow this economy. We can deal with systemic racism. And at the same time, we can make sure that our economy is being run and moved and motivated by
Well played.
clean
See, I like that,
energy,
too. That was clever.
creating
No, that was
millions
good.
of new
No, that was
jobs.
very clever.
And that's the fact. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to say, as I said at the beginning, what is on the ballot here is the character of this country. Decency, honor.
That's not on the
respect,
ballot. It's you
treating
and,
people
you know,
with dignity,
Orangey
making
McGlow
sure
there.
that everyone has an even chance. And I'm going to
Orangey
make sure you
McGlow.
get that. You haven't been getting it the last 4 years.
All right, I want to thank you both for a very robust hour and a half, a fantastic debate.
Wait, this was
really
robust?
Appreciate it. President Trump, former Vice President Joe Biden, thank you to Belmont University for hosting us tonight. And most importantly, thank you to those watching tonight. Election Day is November 3rd.
Shell shock.
Don't forget
Shell
to vote.
shock.
Thank you, everyone, and have a great night.
Well, thank you.
It was robust. Yeah, see, James got it.
Ah.
You got it. You suck.
You suck, you jackass. Oh, damn it.
All right, so you shutting it down?
Yeah, well, no, I'm changing the stuff right now. Just bear with me.
Okay.
So we're going to.
I didn't know if it was time to tell James bye or not.
No, not yet, not yet. We're gonna just change a few things up real quick. Copy.
Okay.
And.
Let's see, cat phone, pussy phone.
Huh? Base.
Is that booty call?
Is that booty call? Cat call. Cat call.
Oh no, yeah, cat call. Got it. See if you're right. I typed that.
All right, say something.
Or nugget.
Okay, cool. Cat call. Cat call. Cat gopher.
It
cat
was
gopher.
cat call.
Yay. Oh shit. There we go. Just the chat window that I had open is just all kind of cawampus. Cattywampus. There we go. That's the word. Cattywampus.
Everything is cattywampus here.
You're a cattywampus.
Might be. Don't know.
I'd believe it.
I'd believe it too.
Why isn't the chat box showing up?
It's in the chat box. What she does.
It's in the chat box. Watch us. Sure. No. I'll close it. There we go. I don't know why it's not showing up.
There's a finish line on here. Hashtag chat crabs. I love that.
What?
He just put hashtag chat crabs in the chat again.
Yay! Hashtag chat crabs. Hell yeah.
It's going to be hilarious when we get a number of people doing that shit.
Oh, dude, I know. That's going to be awesome. Ah, that's why.
All right, now this one's going to be a little difficult, I think. Figure out the first part.
Yeah, anyone that's watching right now, I'm playing around with shit, trying to get it reorganized because, you know.
Yeah, they just did the emoji for chat crabs. Nice.
Because we suck.
You do. You're the tech guy.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right. See that one, Holden?
Yep. Let's see.
Right. Sorry, rant.
Trophy cow shit. Holy cow shit? No.
No. It's not holy.
I'll
give you the clue to the first one.
Huh.
Complete. Finished.
What?
Complete.
Pleat? Oh,
The
complete.
first one is
Oh, complete horseshit.
Complete bullshit. That's a bull, man.
You're a bull. Cow shit. Horse shit, cow shit, same shit. It's all shit.
Champion. You know what? James put champion bullshitter. I like that even better.
That one, I like that one better. I like that one better than yours.
Me too.
Yeah. Champion bullshit.
I like that. See, that's so much champion bullshitter. Man, we could have used that to describe the damn show right there.
Right? Ain't no lie, damn. All right, as we fuck around and kind of start closing this up, we'll play a little bit of lo-fi to hang out with everybody.
There you go.
All right, so everybody here, don't forget to check it. Damn computer, do what I say. Fuck!
You suck so much ass. Like,
again,
funky ass.
Saturday night, 7:30-ish. We will be starting our live stream from the Hut Hotel in Beaumont, Texas. Me and Stumpy actually have a little thing that we're going to do tomorrow. And we're flipping a coin to see, just playing around. And whoever wins gets to pick a costume from Spirit Halloween for the other. And then we're going to wear it at the live stream at the Haunted Hotel.
Yeah, loser gets to sport the costume at the live stream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, me too. Lo-Fi's awesome.
Yeah, me too.
Really chills me out, my murderous intent to kill!
I like me some lo-fi.
Oh, hell yeah. Everyone likes lo-fi. If you don't like lo-fi, well, I guess you don't like lo-fi then.
I was about to say, if you don't like lo-fi, well, then you just don't like it.
Yeah, don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Eventually, we're planning on trying to start doing some, our shows are actually going to be video shows. We're going to be eventually transitioning into doing video podcasts. But don't worry, all of our video podcasts, of course, will be posted to YouTube. And if you listen to our show anywhere else, such as Google Podcasts, Amazon, where else are we fucking posted at right now?
We're on everywhere.
Yeah, we're everywhere. Everywhere that you can listen to podcasts, I guarantee you can find us. So
unlikely.
Yeah, those will still be updated with the ripped audio from the live, from the video podcast. But if you'd like to get a little more personal with, your host here, Ant and Stumpy, then you can go watch those videos. And we're planning on starting to do a little bit more streaming here and there. We might even live stream a couple of shows and then release them later as well. So if you want to be a part of that, we'll let you know ahead of time. And you can
It'll
come
be a good time.
Oh, yeah. You come hang out and chat, and you get to be part of the show. Pretty cool, right? Even though we're no-name nobodies. Still pretty cool, I think.
Now, I'm looking forward to the day we're just assholes.
Yeah. So something I have noticed about this is not all the chat seems to come through where I can see it. And I don't like that. Huh. Oh, well. Another problem for another day. I don't know what I'm doing. I need someone to do it for me. I'm retarded.
I'm not going to argue that one with you.
Yep. All right. It's about that time. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out with us during the live stream. And, it devolved to a bunch of fuckery, like it always does.
It always does. This was actually kind of funny.
Oh, no, I had a blast. So far, the 2 live stream we have, even though they're covering a shit-ass topic such as the presidential debate, I had a lot of fun. We did a lot of fucking around. It was a lot of fun.
Of course.
So if you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on our live stream and any of the other episodes you listen to. And make sure you subscribe. And when you subscribe, you gotta, what do you gotta do, Stumpy?
Don't forget to cup the bell.
Cup your bell! Gotta cup that bell. Cup the bell so you get notifications whenever.
Always good to cup the bell.
Make sure you cup that bell so you know when we post a new video or we go live. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon and Subscribestar, and where you can actually help donate to our worthy cause of causing, bullshitness.
Stupidity in general.
Yeah, there you go. If you'd like to donate to the show and help out,
donate $1. Maybe somebody gets shot with an airsoft gun. Who knows?
Thank you, James. You have a good night too, man. I always enjoyed having you on the show. You're always a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, James.
Yeah. Best moderator ever. I'm going to make you a t-shirt like that.
Top mod.
Top mod.
You got to say top mod.
Top?
Top
yeah, you go. Top
James.
mod.
Top mod James. Does that sound like a wrestler to you?
It kind of does. It kind of has a wrestler-esque.
And in this corner, hailing from, wherever.
You really fucked that one up.
I know. Well, I didn't know where it was from. Hailing from this corner, being in at, I don't know that much information either. I don't want to insult the guy. Top mod James.
So yeah, support your.
I don't want to offend our top mod.
Yeah, support your crazy ass assholes, and go check us out on Subscribestar and Patreon. We also, if you're on tier 2, you get special content, that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, all of our links are down in the description of this show as well as our other shows. Also, our donate link if you feel like you want to do that for whatever reason. I mean, eventually, hopefully, we'll. Okay.
Not what he put. Oh God.
I guess he's on top. Alrighty.
Oh God.
Oh, damn it. Top mod James. Yes.
I love it. That's hilarious.
Dab. Alrighty. We're done. Thank you again, everybody.
Cut it off right there. This dingleberry is clinging. Can't get loose.
It's hanging on for dear life. Don't let it end.
Can't get loose, man. Hear the splash.
Okay, wait. I just looked at what this thing is called. I thought it was a dab, but it's called elbow cough.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's really called elbow cough. Like, what the fuck?
I thought that was a dab, too.
Same here.
I always thought that was a dab, and it's actually, like, something socially responsible. I'm gonna stop you. Elbow cough.
All right.